Monday morning, 5:59 a.m. I'm finishing my Sunday night shift. The Sunday night shift was a good shift. I did over $300. I think it was $310, $312, something in that vicinity. That's good, considering these dark times. It seemed to be that there were a lot of people going around, and at one point, between 3 and 3:30, for about half an hour there, I was the only car in town on the road. The only one. Everyone else had gone home, and the morning guys hadn't come out yet. They started coming out at 3:30, the earliest ones. So in that time, I was the only car on the road, and I think that's the first time that's ever happened in my entire time I've been driving cab, that I was the only car in the fleet left on the road at any given time. Now I'm heading over to the bank to deposit some of that $300, and then I'm gonna fuel it up, and then I'm gonna go home, because that's the end. Then I'll probably I'll go for a walk and exercise and a little bit, stretch my back. When you don't have a chiropractor, because they're all closed, you still have to take care of yourself. So I have to do my wobbles, do my neck warm-ups. I need to lie on my foams for a little while, and then I'll get up off of that and have something to eat. Yeah, and then I'll answer all my email. There's probably a whole pile of it, because of all these people having nothing to do but sit at the computer all day and or all night, because they're stuck at home. They're not going to work. They're not doing anything. They're just sitting around collecting their unemployment checks or employment checks, or whatever you want to call them. I didn't go that route. I stayed at work. Yeah. And my only reward is the satisfaction of being able to say, I did it. That's it. I didn't give in to the hype and the drama and the bullshit. I still came to work and did my job. I know I'm in the minority, but somebody's got to do it, because at some point we are an essential service, especially if there's only one of us left on the road. It's now Tuesday morning, 10 minutes after 5. And I got to report, or I got to tell you about my night. It was slow. I was averaging about one trip an hour until midnight, when I got my lease on the car together. The lease on the car is the amount that I have to pay the owner of the car in order to use it. I got that money together. Most of it was Interac. I think I had $15 in cash, and the rest of it was Interac. I'm a bit distracted here. I'm sorry. I'm a bit distracted here, and I'll just check on something here. Was there a 68 trip? Oh, there is a 66 trip. Okay, that one went out. Anyways, I was out here till midnight, and then at 2 o'clock I had a trip. I got $15 for doing that one. So I had $15 over the lease. I predict that my fuel will be under $10. So 5 of that was profit already. Now, above and beyond that, I just had a call that took me half an hour to do. I got called at 4:30 to pick up this guy a little ways out of town. so that he could go to the 7-Eleven and get some snacks for him and his roommates. I was so glad to have a trip that I told him, listen, I'll pause it for you and I'll take you back. He says, should I call another cab when I'm done with my stuff? I said, well, no, I'll wait for you. I'll even pause the meter. So I paused the meter for him, and he tipped me approximately the amount that that I would have made by just leaving the meter going. So that was a $34 trip, grand total of $34. So about right now, I made $40 for myself, and it is 5:12 in the morning. I started just before 7, so I think I'm going to work until 7. I'm going to try and work until 7 and make a little morning money. Now, like I said, it's just after 5, so in 2 more hours, hopefully, I can make some more profits, because I need them badly. $40 for the whole night? Yuck. That's cutting it close. Very close. So yeah, I got about $134 on for the whole night. That's the worst one yet, if I don't get any more business and exceed 164 for the gross. This has been the hardest night so far of this whole COVID mass hysteria overreaction bullshit. The only reason why they're doing this is so that they slow down the spread of the disease, such that the healthcare infrastructure will be able to take care of the people that need to be hospitalized. And if they're slow down the spread, then fewer people will need to be hospitalized at any one given time. Yuck. The whole thing is yuck. If something memorable happens between now and 7 in the morning, I will be back and tell you about it. If not, I'll be back tomorrow. Here's what it is. You do what you gotta do. The time is now 7:04, and I'm gonna book off. There, I've booked off. 7:04 in the morning. I worked an extra hour, but I started 50 minutes late, so I only worked in 12 hours and 10 minutes. So that won't make a dent in my allowable 60 hours a week. I just got a drug run where I took this woman downtown from around here, near where I usually work, and brought her back. When we got there, she says, I'm just going to get out for a smoke, and here's a 20, wait for me. And keep the meter on, okay. So she's a dealer. She's a drug dealer. She's not a user. She's a dealer. And then after she made her transaction, she came back and said, take me back home. Took her back home, and at the end, it was $20.30. She gave me another $5. So before that, I had 164 on. So we got 169 plus another 20. That's 189. That's almost respectable for a night that really sucked the whole. Ah, man. What a life this is. What crazy times we're in. There's no life like it. Wasn't that an armed forces thing at one time? They said there's no life like it. That's kind of what this is now. I'm hanging on. I'm gonna hang on. I'm heading all the way to the bank to deposit some of the money I earned. Except for maybe $10 in fuel that I used. It's gonna be all right. Things are gonna be all right. I'm gonna make it through this whole crisis. Just gotta be determined and not give up. those who don't have a work ethic and those who want some those who want someone else to bail them out won't persevere, but I will. This is Wednesday morning. Time is now 6:34. I did basically a 9-hour shift. I was up late yesterday, and then I went to sleep pretty late. I guess it was 1 o'clock, or it was 3 o'clock when I woke up from on my chair and went to bed, and at 4 o'clock my alarm went off. And I got up out of bed, across the room, shut off the alarm, and came back into bed, and I slept another 3 hours. Then I woke up and realized that it was a little darker than it usually is. So I took my time getting ready, and I was at work just after 9. I got 2:05 on now, like 9 hours and 20 minutes later, which is not too terrible considering the way things have been going. And I think I'm gonna just quit now. I could stay out longer, I suppose, but I don't feel like it. I'm gonna go to the car wash the car, and I'm gonna go home, and I think I've just made up my mind what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's it. I'll be back tomorrow, the Wednesday night, or tonight actually. The time is now 5:45 a.m. on Thursday morning, and I just counted the money, and I've got $275 on. $275 is not too shabby for a Wednesday night. Not at all shabby. I've done well tonight. And it's just random calls, random trips. And that way is no exit. Okay. It's a little hard to see, even with high beams on, with this light shining in my face, but otherwise you wouldn't see me, so I'm doing it this way. Yeah. But the sky is becoming bluish a little bit now at what did I say what time it was? I said 5:40. It's 5:46 now. I guess it was 5:45 when I started this. Yeah, been a good night. Been a good night. I've had some real stinkers, in the not so distant past, but I have been having a few good ones too. Like Sunday night was good. Monday and Tuesday were okay. Now the Wednesday night was good again, and there's one more night to go this week. Looks like I will not be. I might even be able to get a bottle of whiskey this week. Hey, I might even be able to pay off my credit card. And yeah, things are looking okay. Looks like I'm going to have my bills paid too. Yeah. That should be very nice. Maybe I'll get through this thing okay. And if I get through this thing smelling like a rose, it's even better. Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna exit this thing. Get out of the system. Book 990 and I'm off the system. Yay! I'm not working anymore. I'm going to go to the gas station and park it. I washed it thoroughly yesterday, inside and out. So today I'm going to just leave it be And tomorrow, after my last shift of the week, then I will completely wash the car inside and out again. Yes. Yes. I might even check the oil. I know the oil didn't go down the 2 weeks before this one. The owner was telling me, oh, it's starting to use oil. I'm going, yeah, but I'm only using the car 1/3 of the time, and arguably I'm not as busy as we were 3/3 of the time when we had all the drivers on. Now I'm just driving at 5 shifts out of 14 a week, so that's approximately 1/3, and my shifts are not that busy. Well, this one was good, and Sunday was good, so I had 2 good ones and 2 that were not so good. Did I say that already? I think I did. I'm going to stop babbling, be back tomorrow. The time is now 5:31 a.m. I have about $315 on. I had some really good luck tonight. What happened was I got sent to pick up a customer at a I actually got sent to pick up a customer and her baby at the Walmart, and they had so much stuff that they filled up the interior of the cab. Completely filled up, like from the floor to the rafters. Full of their stuff. And I took them home, and we were unloading everything, and from there I got sent to another call to get someone else who had groceries at a supermarket. So I picked her up, and she went home, just a few blocks, but it was uphill, and she had a few bags of groceries. So I took her up there, and she said, oh, I'm sorry it's such a short trip. Sorry it's so little. And I said, oh, it's okay. You know, sometimes a short trip can put me in a position to get a longer one. And she says, oh, well, can I reserve a cab for later? And I said, well, I don't know. And she says, well, I'm going to have to be going to the ferries. And I said, well, call me. Here's my phone number. And so she said, it'll be in about, so and so much time. And I said, all right. It wasn't. She called me later than that and said to me that you may go. You may go. Asleep at the wheel? I don't know, man. Okay, I'll go right around you. Somebody's sitting there with his turn signal on, and the light turned green and didn't move. And I was behind him. I went around him because he wouldn't move when the light changed. Okay, so she called me later and said, well, the ferry's delayed, but I have to get out there anyway. What she was doing was meeting someone at the ferries who doesn't know their way around the island at all, and going to meet them at the ferries and guide them into town, whatever. So I took her out there. It was a good $75 fare, and then I had quite a few good fares, but a couple that were $20 here, one that was another $45. Take one girl to meet her friend somewhere and take them back to where I picked her up, and then take them both to the place where we picked him up, but on the way stop at a convenience store and at a donut shop, and yeah. So anyway, I've done really well tonight. I think I'm just about to call it quits 5:35, and it's really quiet. There's nothing going on now. It seems that in the morning hours it just, well, it was pretty dead. I waited for an hour for the last call. It was a homeless person going from the park where they all have a tent city to a cheap motel where a lot of these homeless people are shacking up, shall we say. And I don't know what kind of deal they're getting, but she had to go to the hotel to grab some stuff because she's moving into another hotel. Ugh, I don't know. I am tired. With over $300 on, I don't feel like working anymore. My shift ends in about 25 minutes. Should I keep going? Should I maybe watch another video and then go wash the car? The sky is turning blue already up there. Yeah. Well, whatever happens, at this point in time, I will say I hope yours is better than mine. Oh, there's somebody following me, like real close. Hell with you. Yeah, yeah. Hope yours is better than mine.